Stage 3, the high performer trap, is the most elegant cage. This is the final, most subtle lock. It looks like the pinnacle of success. When you are deemed exceptionally valuable, the system doesn't just give you more freedom. It makes a massive calculated investment in you. Rapid promotions, a cascade of stock options with long vesting periods, a seat on prestigious high-visibility committees, the keys to a mission-critical project. This feels in every way like the ultimate reward. That's exactly why it works. It is, in reality, the construction of collateral. You are now financially, reputationally, and psychologically bound to the system's continued success. That astronomical bonus isn't just money, it's a down payment on your future compliance. Those stock options that vest over 4 years aren't just wealth, they're a beautifully designed clock, counting down the time you must remain in good standing, making decisions that protect the share price. To leave now would be to walk away from a fortune you can almost taste. To radically challenge the system now would be to jeopardize that fortune and the status it affords. Your exceptional performance has been used with perfect irony to price you into the very cage you thought your talent would help you escape. The system hasn't rejected you. It has performed the ultimate act of integration, absorption. By rewarding you lavishly in its own proprietary currency, it has made you too expensive to ever buy your own freedom back. This is not a modern invention. It is the cold, enduring logic Hanfezi articulated over 2 millennia ago. He warned rulers of the minister whose talent could outgrow his role, whose personal she-momentum could rival that of the throne itself. The system, he argued, must always prioritize its own structural integrity over any individual's brilliance, no matter how profitable that brilliance seems in the short term. To do otherwise is to introduce a fatal instability. Translated to the modern corporation, it doesn't fundamentally fear your talent. It fears the structural instability your talent introduces. It fears creating a dependency on something it cannot control, replicate, or fully understand, a single point of failure on which too much success depends. So, the first and non-negotiable law of the self-preserving system is this: stability trumps genius. Predictability is more valuable than peak potential. The reliable mean is a safer bet than the unpredictable, unreplicable extreme. This is why the brilliant architect in Rotterdam will likely end up the head of a well-funded, prestigious future of logistics think tank, publishing white papers far from the daily freight operations. It's why the visionary product manager will be made chief innovation officer, giving TED Talks about the future, while the actual roadmap is set by a committee of VPs. They are given a platform, a title, a budget, but the microphone has a pre-installed limiter. The cage is gilded, spacious, and admired by all, but it is engineered down to the last bolt to prevent the occupant from ever shaking the foundations of the building it sits in. Look at the career arcs of countless disruptive hires in major tech firms, financial institutions, or consultancies. The pattern is a studied form of alchemy, transforming executive power into thought leadership, transforming builders into evangelists. The most potent outliers are often gracefully migrated from roles where they can change things to roles where they can talk about changing things. It is a generous-looking, respectful form of containment. Their light isn't extinguished, it's placed in a handsome, well-marketed lantern where it can shine brightly without ever starting a fire. So back to that initial question. If your observation, your experience, aligns with pattern C, you now have the blueprint. You've seen the machinery behind the gentle, firm pressure. It's not personal. It's not even necessarily malicious in intent. It is the systemic equivalent of an organism rejecting a transplant that is too perfect, too different from its own tissue. The rejection is not a sign of illness, but a sign of the organism's fierce, unwavering commitment to remaining what it already is. The paradoxical price of being truly exceptional is often the forfeiture of the chance to become essential. You are kept close enough to contribute your brilliance, but never so close to the center that your unique heartbeat could disrupt the steady, monotonous, vital rhythm of the whole machine. Because once you realize options don't disappear, the real danger becomes obvious, making choices without knowing their true price. But this revelation forces the next inevitable question. If the system has these elegant automatic defenses against the exceptional, how does it so effectively manage the unexceptional? How does it ensure the reliable, steady, predictable output it craves from the other 99%? It doesn't do it with obvious commands or threats. That's crude and inefficient. It achieves it through something far more powerful, subtle, and invisible. It builds an environment where you control yourself. Our next module dives into the true engine room of modern control. We'll examine control without command. We'll see how rules, metrics, KPIs, and processes are designed not to guide your choices, but to silently, surgically remove the necessity of choice altogether. We'll look at how your freedom is not taken from you, but is gently made obsolete. If you've ever ended a long day having executed flawlessly, yet feeling like you were reading from a script you never saw, never agreed to, but followed perfectly, the next session shows you who the playwright is. Subscribe. In the next module, we're not adding ideas. We're giving you the pricing model the system uses on you. We're moving from the system's immune system to its central nervous system.